Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back, welcome to my channel. So for today's video we are doing, I want to say it's episode 2 of finishing the series that I'm in the middle of. It would have been on the screen, you guys would have been able to see it, okay? It's in the title, you guys know where we're at. You know what we're doing. We've been on this rodeo together before. We've got this. So yeah, we're on the next episode. I have another 3 books for us that we're going to read. These are all Kindle books because I do need to start on the Kindle, you know, I need to start clearing some books out. So the first book that we're going to be reading together is *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 by Leigh Rivers. This will complete the duet for me. Ever since this book's come out, I've been dying to read it just to clear it because it's a duet. It's a duet. It's not that difficult for me to finish. So why haven't I done it already? I don't know. But we're going to do today. So that is going to be the first book that we read for this video. I did enjoy the first one and I am intrigued to explore the characters again in this second one and to dive deeper into their story. And it's like a 430-page book. So it's a decent length. We've got a decent chunk to get through. Now then, the next 2 books is going to be *Fragile Sanctuary* by Cowles. This is actually the first book in the *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝔔 series, but I've already read the second book, so I'm now kind of just going back to kind of catch myself back up a little bit because they're interconnected standalones, so I didn't need to realistically read them in order. I do know kind of roughly the gist of that book, so I don't know all the finer details and all the I haven't built that connection with the characters yet, so obviously I'm going to go back and read that. Then our third book will be *Brutal Games* by Brenner. Again, this is a bit like *Fragile Sanctuary*. This is the first book in the series. I can't remember the name of the series, but we're going to be reading that one. We're going to be going back again, interconnected standalones. This is a dark hockeys, and you guys know how I feel about dark hockey books. Hockey, dark romance. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Instant buy for me, you know. So yeah, I am going to go back and read this book because I was lucky to read the second book as an arc. So we're going back for this one. And I did really enjoy the second book, so I'm intrigued to go back and explore these characters. But yeah, that's our 3 books we're going to be reading. I'm just downloading up *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 when it decides it wants to work for us, you know. But yeah, there we go. We are set up for *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 by Leigh Rivers. This is the book after *Little Stranger, for anybody who doesn't know what the first book is. I've got a nice little playlist there going on. Nice. Content warnings, we just move along. I have no triggers for anybody who's new here. I don't have any triggers. I just straight in the book. So the book that nearly cost me my life, I won this time. Part 1. Ooh. We're doing a little throwback in time. We're going back to Malachi, aged 4. Okay. We're ready to go. I'm going to sort myself out, get myself chilled, ready for the night, because it is 20 to 11. So I'm going to get myself sorted. I'm going to clean my bed because I've got books from finishing off a video before I start this one. Then you put those away, clean my bed, get myself changed, get comfy, get cozy. We're gonna pick up *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈, and I'll update you guys in the morning. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. So it's the next night. I didn't actually end up reading last night, and then I didn't actually start reading until this afternoon / evening because it's just been one of those times. But I have started *Little Stranger*. Now I'm actually currently partway through a chapter, I think. Yes, but I'm at 32% in *Little Stranger*. *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈. Did I say *Little Stranger* at the start? *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈. I'm a little liar. I'm reading *𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈. I'm 32% in it, and I'm enjoying it so far. We are literally so far just had a lot of Little Stranger in Malachi's POV. I don't think it's been a while since I have read Little Stranger. I feel like I need to clarify that, so I can't remember all the nitty-gritty bits from that book. So yeah, because so far we've just kind of seen, like I said, bits from Little Stranger in Malachi's POV. We've not, off the top of my head, we've not had anything different yet, but obviously I do believe that is obviously going to change. This is only part 1, so I think part 1 in this book is going to be like Little Stranger but from Malachi's POV a lot of the time. I do think we do get some of Malachi's POV in Little Stranger. So I do think in Little Stranger we do get some of Malachi's POV at points, but in this book, at part 1, I think is a lot of those scenes from Little Stranger and Malachi's POV. And then I think when we hit part 2, that's when we're going to progress further into the story, I think. I don't know yet. This is my assumptions. This is what I'm guessing is going to happen. But so at the moment, I don't really have too much to say. It is interesting to see some of these POVs from Malachi's point of view and to see some little details that we wouldn't have seen, obviously, when we seen them in Olivia's POV. So that is interesting, and I am enjoying it. And it's just quick read. Like I said, quick read. I've probably only spent like a few hours reading this afternoon, and like I said, I'm already at like 32%. So I could very easily finish this tomorrow. I'm not going to say tonight because that's very unlikely to happen, but I am going to get comfy and just read for the evening. So yeah, I don't really have too much to say yet because obviously it's nothing really new to me. The only new thing about it is obviously that I'm just seeing it from the other perspective of the other character. So it's nothing really new to me. So as soon as we hit the parts where it's like an extension of the story, like I said, I'm assuming here, assumptions, then I'll have more details, more new things I can explore and expand on with you guys. But until then, I'm enjoying rehashing out and relearning these characters again and just kind of refreshing my mind on what happened in Little Stranger. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying that at the moment. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we know what day Thursday is. It's the day when I'm never home. I do always go to my grandparents on a Thursday. If you guys have been around a while, you know that. I do try to spend as much time with them as I possibly can. So yeah, I am going to read this, probably finish this off tomorrow there. That's where we're at for now. Like I said, because at the moment I'm just refreshing. I'm kind of reliving scenes. I don't really have too much to say. But yeah, I will come back to you guys in the morning with an update on what I've read tonight. Hi. I thought I'd give you guys a little insight into my very tiny morning routine. I did save you the hassle of watching me scroll on my phone for like 40 minutes. I did save you that, but I did do that this morning. Normally it's not too bad. I don't normally on that long, but this morning was just one of those mornings. It is what it is. Yes, that's my little morning routine. That's what I do before I actually physically get to myself out of bed. And we're here. I will probably take you guys with me for the rest of my little morning routine because, you know, I've started. We shall finish. But yeah, little liar. I read up to 53%. Last night I'm on chapter 17. We're now in part 2. And we've now started getting some of Olivia's POV as well. And we kind of finished off where the end of part 1 in Little Stranger finished. We see that from Olivia's POV because I think in Little Stranger we see that from Malachi's POV. I think I might be mixing this up, I'm pretty sure that's the case. And then in part 2 we've gone to after the end of Little Stranger, we're following on from them. So it's interesting so far. I've not had too much, obviously. I've only had little bits and glimpses. And there is still this kind of, what do I want to call it? Push and pull kind of going on between them. Kai is still obviously very controlling. He's always been controlling in like a protective way, but now it's more in just a controlling manner. So, you know, it's definitely intriguing to see that because obviously, to be fair, you can kind of see why he doesn't really have much trust in her, you know, from what she did. But at the same time, I'm like, having that is just going to push her away. And, you know, she's just asked for some simple, normal things. And he's like, no. And he's so strong in that no. And it's like, I see this going downhill. You know, I see this going downhill. And we're kind of getting little glimpse into what a side character is going to play, because it does say for the first time she's chosen him over the entire world and he intends to keep her in his firm grasp forever. But his happiness is soon shattered by powerful enemies who want to claim Olivia for themselves. He had her, but then he lost her. Wounded and still wrestling with his own demons, Malachi is forced into unexpected alliances to hunt them down, but he won't stop fighting until he gets her back, no matter what it takes. So we're seeing what side character is going to be playing that kind of role. We're getting glimpses into that, which from what I remember, like I said, my memory's not so strong from Little Stranger because it's been a while since I read it, but from the little bits that I remember, I would have absolutely 100% said it would have been that way in that character. I mean, obviously that could actually still change. Like, I've still got a lot of that to go. Like, we still actually got the reveal kind of to go. I would definitely 100% assume it'd be that character, but hey, I did learn some new information about what happened, because I say new information because I don't remember it being told to us in Little Stranger, but I could be wrong, but about a side character from their past. And I did get a little bit, I was a little bit sad. I didn't tear up or anything, I felt the emotional sadness, okay? I'm not that bad yet, and Malachi still doesn't know about that, and I'm like, he's assuming this one thing about this, who was his best friend, and nobody's told him what's happened, and I'm like, he is just going to suffer some more, which I'm like, fantastic, great, we love that, we love it. Yeah, it's kind of where we're at the moment. We're just going to get into the rhythm now of their like present day and building up to the big kind of situation that's going to happen. And yeah, that's where I'm at, really. I've not too much to say or do, really. That's pretty much it. But I am gonna finish sorting myself out for the day. I'm gonna get dressed, do my teeth and everything, do a few little computery bits before I go out for the day. I am probably gonna take my laptop with me to my grandparents today, I think, just in case I try and get some other bits done and dusted, and some for other reasons. So yeah, I am gonna take that with me, and I'm gonna do those bits. But otherwise, I won't be talking to you guys until I come back. later this evening. And in theory, I should probably finish Little Stranger by then, because according to here, I only have 2 hours and 39 minutes left, which I would definitely read that amount at my grandparents'. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna finish sorting this out, let these finish up whilst I get myself together and get everything sorted, and then yeah, we come back and see my final thoughts on this. I really need to get out of bed. I need to get out of bed. It's gone 9:30. Let me get moving. Evening. Hey, it is 9:10. I kind of sat and finished reading off here because I didn't quite finish one of my grandparents, so I kind of just sat here and finished reading the last bit and kind of just chilled out because I'm not feeling too brilliant. I was at my grandparents and I came over feeling very, very sick and very, very nauseous, so I've been kind of trying to like just settle myself and my body in that, and so I've been chilling. But I did finish Little Liar. I'm thinking I'm gonna give it a 4, you know. I can't remember what I gave Little Stranger, but I think I'm gonna give this one a 4. I did enjoy it, like I did really enjoy it. And as I said, like part 1 of Little Liar is pretty much, I think, the entirety of part 1 of Little Stranger, but from 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈's POV, and then part 2 carries on from the end of Little Stranger, and obviously we're seeing more of Olivia's point of views and stuff as well at the same time. And it was definitely interesting, and definitely once we got into the present day and obviously we were getting new action and new information and stuff, and the tension was there, and it was really intriguing, and I was like hooked in. And I enjoyed exploring the characters more and seeing their dynamics deepen and seeing them kind of grow together. I know 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 definitely has a lot of growth. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still the same 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈, like he's 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈, like he's the same, but he does still have that growth as well, and you see him kind of forgive himself for some things, and you also see him open up to more people. And you know, he does find out about the friend and he has a Malachi response. I will put it that way. But it was good and it was enjoyable. We do have some crossovers. Now, if I'm correct, I haven't read the books yet, but I believe the characters that we meet towards the end of Little Liar are the characters in, I want to call it the Edge of Darkness trilogy. 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈, Voracious and Restitution. I hope I've said all those correct. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is. Like I said, I haven't read those books yet, so I can't say for certain. But the names sounded familiar because obviously I've read them in passing, like if I've seen excerpts and stuff from the books and that. So I've seen the names in passing and I'm pretty sure it's from those books. But yeah, I did enjoy it and I'm glad they got the ending they got, and I did love that, like I said, there's this growth. I don't know if I'd say Olivia really actually had too much of a growth, because I feel like she didn't really change too much. I feel like she already had her growth from the first book. Does that make sense? I don't feel like she really, from what I can remember, because I don't fully entirely remember Little Stranger. Like, I don't remember all the nitty-gritty like this. I remember the basics and what memory's been triggered from reading Little Liar. But from what I can remember, she hasn't changed much from where we leave her off in Little Stranger. I think that was obviously her book for development, and I think Little Liar was very much more for Malachi and his development as a character. For me personally, you guys, if you've read the books, you may feel differently, but to me personally, that was kind of the vibes I was getting for the books and for the characters and stuff. But I did really enjoy it. I just don't know if I really loved it. Like I said, I was absorbed and I enjoyed the characters and I enjoyed the story, but I wouldn't say I was like obsessed. And honestly, I loved it. So I'm going to go for 4, but that does complete a duet for us, a little duology. So I can complete another series, I can mark it off. We'll mark off this series on my series tracker at the end once I've read all 3 books for this video. So stay tuned for that one. You guys can see my statistics change. I'm so happy for seeing those numbers change. I can't wait. Anywho, moving on, because that is besides the point. But yeah, we're going to read the next book, which is going to be 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. I want to change it up because obviously Little Liar is a dark romance. Brutal Games is like a dark hockey romance. So I want to freshen it up and I want to do 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Sanctuary in between, because it's small town, cozy, comfy. And like I said, I flew through Delicate Escapes, which is the second book. I like devoured that book. So I have no fears that 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Sanctuary is going to be the same. Like, I do not fear that being the case at all. So I really just want to get absorbed more into this series. So 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Sanctuary is set up for our next read. Super excited. Like, I think I could devour this. If I get really settled into bed, like if I can get myself really comfy, I could probably absorb and read this entire book tonight. I don't know how many pages is it. I didn't even look. 373. Oh yeah, I could devour it. I could easily devour that book tonight. Like I said, I flew through Delicate Escapes. Like, I was absorbed by that book. So yeah, I'm gonna read that one just to kind of break it up before I read another dark romance. But yeah, not too bad a start. I'm gonna get myself changed, get myself comfortable and kind of just settle in. I'm gonna write my review for Little Liar so I know that that is done, and whilst things are fresh in my mind, I'm gonna get myself settled, get myself cozy. I'm just gonna chill out for the rest of tonight. Alright, let's ignore how I'm probably looking right now, because I had a jump rocket out of bed, my phone went off and I just went flying out of bed this morning. So let's ignore how not awake I am. But I did obviously start 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Sanctuary last night. I made it to 30% before I was a good girl and I put it down for the night so that I could try and get some sleep. I was a good girl. But I'm enjoying it so far. We're still kind of in the little bit of the setup phase. We are now getting more in-depth into our characters and we are seeing more of them in their history and the backstory. I mean, Rose Rhodes. I'm gonna say Ro because that's what the nickname she goes by. I'm gonna say Ro because I clearly can't say the full name. We see Rose in the prologue, so we already know her backstory, but as we're seeing more of Anson, we're seeing more of his history, and we do now know the big event that happened, the big situation that's made him now who he is today. But we're still, you know, getting all those little tinier details. Those are still all coming out. Obviously I read Delicate Escapes, which is the second book first, so obviously I do have the gist of what goes down in this book, and obviously characters that are involved, so I do have the gist of that. So I'm seeing names appear and I'm like so yeah, I am seeing that, but again, I don't know the full details of the rundown, which is why I'm still happy to go in and read this one. I don't feel like I've been spoiled too much because I just know the basics from that one. But I'm enjoying being back in the world and seeing these characters again, and obviously, you know, I'm seeing the characters from the second book and I'm seeing them before that, where they get in that one, and it's just, I'm like, I love it. Okay, I do love this world. I'm absorbed, I'm just flying through it, and it's a really good time. I do love Catherine Cowles' writing. You flow through this book so quick, like, because you're just absorbed into it. The writing is so nice and easy, it's smooth, you just get hooked. That's literally it, you just get hooked. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. But plans for today is I need to make some phone calls, I need to do some bits and pieces. I need to pack some orders, so I'm going to go on live for a little bit, for probably just a couple of hours, get those done, and then I'm probably going to edit a video, or I'm going to chill. I'm not sure. I do feel really rough today, I do feel really sick still. I'm not feeling brilliant at all. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been very pale, and I mean, I'm already Casper the Friendly Ghost anyway, do you know what I mean? I'm already white, but I'm like extra pale today, and like I feel a bit clammy and stuff, so once I've done all those bits I may just chill out. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, we'll see what happens, we will see, but that's kind of where we're at the moment. That's the gist of everything going on. It's 8:45, so I'm just gonna kind of take a slow steady day. I'm gonna go because clearly I'm still delusional, still half asleep. There's a gist in the update on what's going on. So I've been reading this evening. It's been one of those days, okay, where just nothing has gone right. But I've been reading this evening. I've made it to 47%, chapter 21, and we're now definitely getting into the more nitty-gritty details. Obviously we're seeing Anson open up a little bit more with Ro, and we're seeing Ro kind of just, I don't want to say come out of her shell, because she is a very loud and bubbly person, and like she is very, again, I don't want to then say out there, but like she isn't, you know, she doesn't really hide her personality. She's out of her shell in the sense of that she's kind of pushing her boundaries a little bit, and, you know, allowing herself to grow and to develop, and, you know, kind of move on to the next stage in her life. I think the best way for me to put that. So yeah, I just enjoying seeing that. And like I said, Anson, we are slowly seeing him soften up a little bit and just be a bit more open with Ro. Don't get me wrong, he's still very much his arsehole self. He's still very much his arsehole self, but we love an arsehole, you know? We love a good arsehole. But yeah, he still has his tendencies there, and like, you know, he's still him, but we're just getting to see him grow and develop as well. So we're at that stage where they're now both kind of just becoming more true to themselves. I think that's what I'm going to go with. We're watching them become more true to themselves. Obviously, I'm only just coming up to 50%, so there's still so much more of their story to go. But regards to the plot wise, we are starting to see the nitty-gritties. Like, that tension is here. There is something that's just happened, and I'm just like, I need to know. Well, technically I do know some details. So technically I know, but like I said, I don't know the nitty-gritties. So now we're getting those nitty-gritties. I'm here for it, and I want the rest of the nitty-gritties. So yeah, I'm loving it. This is, I think, do you know what? I think this was the perfect read that I needed at this moment. I think everything reading wise has fallen into place for me to be able to read this book at this exact moment. So I think this was meant to be. My camera's gonna die and I don't have a battery in it with me. But yeah, I think this was the perfect time for me to be reading this book. I think it fell into place quite nicely, and yeah, because there's a lot of little bits in there that are kind of hitting for me and hitting home right now. So yeah, this was the perfect time. But I'm gonna run so quick because my camera is literally going to die any second. But that's where we're at. So I'm gonna get changed, get comfy for the night, and then just settle and read as much as I can before I eventually crash. That is literally my plans for myself. The rest of the evening, it is 10 past 10, so yeah, I'm gonna the camera died, so I had to go and quickly grab the other one and change it, but this one has even got half battery, so I really need to charge up my batteries, so that will be happening tomorrow. I'll be charging them up. But yeah, that's what the plan of action is for me. I can't remember exactly where I was at. I'm gonna come back to you guys in the morning once I've done some reading, but yeah, just know at the moment I'm loving where I'm at and what I'm reading, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'll give you guys further updates in the morning. I didn't speak to you guys at all yesterday. Yesterday was just a weird one. It was just weird. And then today I've had sprints, which you guys would have seen, a little bit of b-roll from earlier, and I did finish Fragile Sanctuary hours ago. I'm talking like hours and hours ago. But I kind of just had a bath. I chilled with my mum. We're watching some true crime shows at the moment, so we've been absorbed into that. And yeah, I've just been spending some time with my mum and stuff and chilling and that. So that's why I'm now just updating you guys. But yes, I did finish Fragile Sanctuary. I gave it 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. Obsessed. Okay, obsessed. I am obviously, as I've said throughout, I have read the second book first. Also, I did have a gist of Rose and Anson's story. I had the idea, I knew like the basic outcomes. So obviously going into this, I was getting more of the nitty-gritty stuff. I was getting the details. I was really exploring the characters. And I kid you not, I was still taken by surprise and shocked. Even though I knew the gist and I knew the outcome and I knew who was involved, I was still like taken by surprise, and I was still shocked because the writing was so good. Like that it still had that massive like wow factor to it. And yeah, I just absorbed and loved this and loved the characters. The characters are so strong. They are so awe-inspiring because like they go through so much. They go through so much turmoil, they go through so much trauma, like they go through so much, and they build such an incredibly strong bond. You would probably call it trauma bonding. Not gonna lie, you would probably call it trauma bonding, and then like when they talk about it, they kind of allude to the bond that, you know, it is kind of like that in a sense, because you know they understand each other because of their past and their histories. So it is kind of trauma bonding, but they do have such a credible bond, and like watching that grow and develop, and watching them just as individuals grow and develop, and just watching them explore this more openness and this openness perspective that they both gain. I really don't want to spoil anything here, but like getting to watch that is just very like, it was kind of gut wrenching in a way. My heart was breaking at points for them. Like I did get emotional, did get a tiny little bit teary-eyed, okay? Don't judge. Don't judge. But yeah, I did love it. Like I said, the writing was incredible. The writing flows so smoothly, like you just get absorbed. Like when I was able to just really sit and read this book, I was absorbed. I was obsessed. I'm hooked into the world, hooked into the universe, hooked into the characters. Like I am in there with them. Like, I loved it. And you know, the same as with the second book, like in this one, found family is such an important aspect, is such an important message. Like, found family is such a strong vibe in these books, and how, you know, no matter what point in life you're at, that anybody who comes into them can have such a profound impact on you. Like, even if there's some people that have come into your life later on, like, how can have such a profound impact on your life and your experiences, and you know, how you express yourself and how you kind of see the world and things. So yeah, I have absorbed, obsessed. I just, yeah. But yeah, like, just watching them go through everything and all the turmoil and just everything was so heartbreaking. I was just getting so emotional, so heartbreaking. But like, you know, when we first meet them to the end, they just evolve so much as individuals, and I'm so eager to check out now the rest of the series and explore more of the characters. I can't even remember. Let me have a look. It's the third book. So Roe and Anson is obviously Fragile Sanctuary, which is what I've just read. Delicate Escapes is Tia and Shep. So Broken Harbour is the third book, which would be the next one for me to read, and that is Cope's book. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Because Cope is a bit of a mysterious character. We only really see bits and pieces of him, so I'm really excited to explore him. I like to really look at this. Okay, I was like, what? Hang on, okay, no, we're alright. I had a thing then. No, okay, we're clicked, we're back in place. I had a little moment. Okay. It doesn't name the character, but okay. I know. I really want to pick it up. I really want to pick it up now. No, Sky, no. Not the book for this video. Our last book for this video is Brutal Games by Joe Brenner. I really now just want to pick up Broken Harbour, but I can't. Don't do it, Sky. Don't do it, Sky. But no, we're not going to do it. Our next book and our last book for this video is going to be Brutal Game by Joe Brenner. This is again a bit like Fragile Sanctuary. This is the first book in a series. I already read the second one, so I'm now coming back to read the first one. Brutal Games is the next one. This is 418, I think, pages. But if it's anything like Heartless Games, you just get absorbed and you go for it. So here's hoping for that. So yeah, I'm ready, good to go to start our last book for this video, even though I now really desperately want to pick up the next book in Sparrow Falls. Don't do it, Sky. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not happening. Not happening. It's 11:15, so I'm gonna get comfy, get cozy and settle. I'm not gonna be up too late tonight read. I'm probably gonna read like the first chapter or two tonight and then try and get some decent sleep, because tomorrow is gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. I do have sprints again tomorrow, but I plan on spending those sprints doing productivity stuff, so I need to edit my October TBR that I filmed earlier today during sprints. So that's the plan, is I need to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to be spending my sprints being productive instead of reading. So we'll see how this is going to go. We'll see, but yeah, that's where we're at. 2 books down, 1 more to go. I'm going to get cozy and I'm going to get started. So it's been a while since I updated you guys. Last time I was starting Brutal Games, I read that because today's Wednesday, Monday night into Tuesday morning, and I finished it because I was just so kind of zoned in on trying to get through it, because I really struggled at the start in getting into it and getting into the characters in the story. Because obviously I read the second book first, so I met them as side characters and I did enjoy them and I was intrigued by the story. And then it's got to this book and I've really kind of struggled. It wasn't until like the 50% mark that I finally got a little bit more invested into it. and into seeing the outcome and stuff. And I didn't love this as much as I loved the first book. I gave this one a 3.75 and I gave the first book, I think, a 4.25, I think it was. But obviously, like I said, you know, I met the characters first in the second book as side characters, and I did enjoy them. But seeing them in more detail, I can't say I loved them as much as I did then. They were a bit kind of characters. And I can't quite put my finger on what it was about it. I couldn't really connect with them in this one. And I will say there was situations and things that I kind of wish were rounded off quicker and resolved a little bit sooner. Like, I can understand and appreciate why the author dragged it out. Like, it does make sense, but it's just a personal thing where I wish it was kind of cutting together a little bit quicker, because I think I might have enjoyed it again a little bit more if it wasn't dragged out as much as it was. But hey, it is what it is. But we are going to update our series tracker together, so let me screen record. Here is my series tracker. So these are my statistics currently. I am currently reading a book, so I can update that as well, because that will complete a series. But let's go and find here, Little Web of Silence. We've completed that, 2 books. Clear that out and we can mark that off. Then what else did I read? As you can see, there's so many, I can't find them. Brutal Games, right, I've read 2, so I am, oh no, I am up to date, and that is to be decided. Thank you. Tormented Diamonds, there is the 3rd one, because Tormented Diamonds is the book I'm currently reading. It releases soon, but I'm going to mark this off as complete because, like I said, I'm currently reading it, so it's going to be done. So I'm just going to do that one too. And then Fragile Sanctuary, I am done too. I'm still in progress. Broken Harbour, I believe, is the next book. How am I spelling that? We got it in here. Broken Harbour. Yeah, Broken Harbour is the first one. I wasn't sure then. I drew a blank on how to spell it. So yeah, I've read 2 of those ones now, so it's up to date. And I think that's all of it now. I think I've updated that as best as I can. So it's a bit, ooh, they're 80%. We've gone up a percent. We have gone up, which is good. We've completed a bit more. So yeah, we love that. So I'm up to date now on 35 series, and I've still got another 88 to complete. That's a lot of series. Right, let's stop that. So yeah, that's still a lot of series to obviously catch up on, but it is what it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get there soon, and I'm hoping to have that statistic and that number like at least into the 40s. I was going to say 50, but I feel like that's just being too optimistic. Into the 40s by the end of the year, fingers crossed, and then I can prep my series tracker for next year. But we're setting to that one together as well at the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is it's a ridiculous amount of numbers on it. Like, that's just a ridiculous amount, but hey ho, it is what it is. But yes, thank you guys for joining me on this journey of trying to get through these series. I apologise there at the end, it wasn't quite the same, that things went a bit hectic again, but you know, it is what it is, it happens. I will do another episode again soon, so stay tuned for that one as well, so you can join me on this journey again. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me through this. Thank you for keeping me accountable, because this is what these videos are doing and you guys are doing. You're keeping me accountable. So yeah, thank you so much for that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, and keep reading. Bye guys. Right, I think I'm back in the room. Wakey wakey. With an update, trolling manager. Restitution. That does pull my fucking hair off.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.